Compromise, it means to make a deal between different parties where each party gives up part of their demand. Now, compromise in general it's a neutral thing. It's a neutral term. It can be good or bad. We as believers, we have to know and trust in the Holy Spirit to know when this compromise is a good compromise or when this compromise isn't a good compromise. Compromise is needed in marriage. For example, my wife and I, we compromise on things like, who's going to do the dishes or who's going to do the cleaning or who's going to do the cooking. But the Bible does make it clear that God does not condone compromising his commands. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 32. Be careful to do as the Lord your God has commanded you. You are not to turn aside to the right or to the left. As we go through this world, we'll hear many calls to get us to compromise either to the right or to the left, get us to go this way or to turn that way. But it's our job as believers to deny those things and to continue to follow the Lord and his command. Here's some ways in which you may hear of how we can compromise. I know a way to make you a CEO overnight, but in order to get this, you manipulate people through suspicious business practices. Compromise. We won't really know if we should get married unless we live together. But the word tells us to flee from all forms of sexual immorality. Compromise. You can get this job, but just don't talk about that whole Bible thing. You can sing this song, but just don't mention God. What makes compromise so dangerous is the subtle way that it approaches us. In the case of Lot, his life is a picture of the consequences of greed and the negative influence of a sinful environment. But this didn't happen overnight. There was a steady progression of compromise in Lot's life. He went from looking towards Sodom, man, that's a pretty nice land over there. It's so rich and it's so full, to pitching his tent towards Sodom. Oh, if I get a little bit closer, I think this might be a good fit for me. This might be a good look for me. To actually living in Sodom. Now he's living amongst those who also compromise or don't even care about compromising. They're just living according to the flesh. This is their lifestyle. This is the way that I live. They have no boundaries. They have no rules. They have no accountability higher than themselves. And this is where Lot loses everything when Sodom was attacked.